Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today I'm very happy to say that I once more am bringing special guest Tytoń here on the channel. You guys know I'm basically Tyton's #1 fan at this point. He is one of the best 3.0 Xbow players of all time and debatably the best in the current era. He was able to reach 3,500 plus rating points in Ultimate Champion League last season in a very tough meta for Expo cycle. I made 2 videos dedicated to his meteoric ladder push and they were both performing very well, were greatly received by you guys, and so I was digging through my files and I noticed that I had even more recordings of him because honestly I stay up pretty late. I just find excuses to watch this guy. His gameplay is so educational, so entertaining and fun that I just love watching and recording as well. So I decided I will commentate over these games for you guys today and showcase the final bits of gameplay that I have from his ladder push last season to reach 3,500 plus rating points again with 3.0 Xbow cycle. I'm absolutely sure you guys will learn something useful from the video, so I hope you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy, and let's get right into the matches. Alright guys, I'm looking into more Tytoń games right now as he found a game against this Korean player. Oh, I have probably not mentioned it enough. I talk about it all the time, but I am actually learning Korean this semester in university, so I'm actually going to try and read this guy's name right now. It is Pei Ka Bob Sa. Okay, Pekka Bobsa, I want to say, or something like that. Yeah, Pekka Bobsa. I don't know exactly what that means, but that is what the characters are. I had to focus for a bit, but looks like this Korean dude is going to be playing Splashyard, a pretty bad matchup for 3.0 Xbow cycle. It actually used to be Expo's matchup a long time ago, but now they #1 put the little prince in, which is a super game-breaking card and one of the best counters to Expo in the entire game. But now they also do have the newly released Evolved Bomber, which is one of the most broken cards in the entire game, bar none right now. And look at that, by the way, double bounce on the tower. That's already going to take Tyton's tower down to below 3,000, or just about 3,000 actually. But thankfully, Tytoń, using a beautiful Tesla placement, is able to activate his King Tower, and that is pretty much the big secret and trick against Evo Bomber, at least against these Splashyard decks. I see Tytoń always finds an excuse to activate King off of that Evo Bomber. No matter what, he's always finding a way, so it is a pretty important strategy to employ in this matchup as early as you can, so that you basically render their graveyards useless, because archers already do a pretty good job at countering the graveyard. If they have an activated king, it's going to be even worse for them. So nice knight to pick up the opponent's knight. We could see an Expo here. Opponent goes bomber, anticipating the Expo. Tytoń just chilling, playing passive. Although I feel like he'll Expo now. Yeah, pretty good prediction LP by the opponent, but nice Evo archers in cycle by Tytoń. Ice Spirit does pick up that Guardian. That's going to be a melted Guardian. Beautiful stuff. And going to be a nice little Expo connection in the left lane. So very nice stuff by Tytoń. Just forcing the issue, getting a connection, setting up with a Tesla to take care of that baby dragon, and he's actually going to be in the lead now. And as I said, this is a pretty bad matchup for Expo because they do have lots of great Expo counters, namely the Evo Knight, the LP, as well as the Poison with any combination of what I just mentioned. But also even Evo Bomber actually can line up on the Expo and the tower. Evo Skeles in the right, by the way, might do something. No, they barely don't, but they were potentially devastating there. And one big thing about Tyton's 3.0 gameplay is that he uses Evo Skeles immaculately well. He's always getting value out of that card, and just showcasing why it's one of the best evolutions in the entire game right now. Defensive Expo comes down by Tytoń, not surprised. He just wants to chill. And usually once you reach an impasse in this matchup, you don't really go in all the time. You want a defensive Expo, you want a spell cycle. We could even see a fireball, yup, right on cue. A naked fireball on tower, as I was saying, because sometimes it's just about spell cycle and not just spamming Expos all the time. It is a guaranteed way to get tower damage, so why not, right? Opponent doing a pretty good thing there by playing that tombstone out of range of a fireball with the left side tower, because Tytoń again is actively looking to spell cycle right now. Might see an Expo because opponent just naked cycled a poison, and Evo Bomber is going to hit the tower as Tytoń does go with his own fireball. But again, Evo Bomber being a mini win condition in its own right is going to cause a little bit of problems for Tytoń right now because he is back in the damage deficit. Defense Expo attempts to get some more momentum on Tyton's side, which I do like quite a bit. Nice knight protecting the archers, kind of failed, but the idea was there, and poison is forced out on this Expo. I think we're going to see an Expo, not a fireball right now, because Tytoń kind of does need to create some kind of offense. If he just spell cycles, okay, now a fireball makes sense because opponent went with the Evo Knight down, but eventually Tytoń is going to have to go with offensive Expos because poison literally just loses out to a fireball when it comes to spell cycle. Evo Skeles come down. We're going to have to see a knight for this right side, I think, or maybe not. Yeah, we definitely have to see a knight. Knight does come down. Towers on the baby dragon. Oh, bomber. If that hits tower, that's going to be devastating. It does. Oh my god. Not one more, thankfully. Great log by Tytoń. Gonna have to see an offensive expo, and we do see one right now. I think opponent does have the LP in cycle, though. But Knight in the middle, maybe a fireball on that tombstone, just naked fireball on the tower actually, and Ice Spirit plus Evil Archer melts the LP before he even gets the chance to go with the ability. Beautiful, and Knight is in cycle to catch, but Tytoń is going to go in with another Expo absolutely immediately. He definitely just has to, right? So Archers, I think, oh, he just fireballs actually. Oh, Poison comes down predicting an Expo by the opponent. Oh no, Evil Bomber though? That hits the tower. Oh my god, that's, again, this card is just so insane. Tytoń has to force the issue and get a lock right now. He actually has no choice. So maybe another fireball. Yeah, fireball number 1, log. Need to see another fireball though. Does kite that Knight out of range. I think Tytoń might have a chance here, but the battle is about to end. Fireball does come down. Log as well. Is that going to be enough? Is that... Oh my god, he's going to barely lose, but that was super close. Honestly, really well played by Tytoń still. Great attempt in the first match. Alright guys, into our next game against Z Quintino. Again, Splashyard is a pretty bad matchup, so I would say that was a pretty perfect example of how to play it by Tytoń. Of course, it didn't work out super well. He did end up losing by like 100, but that's pretty much the best he could do considering it's a pretty bad matchup. And if the opponent didn't get so much like Evil Bomber BS, I think he actually probably would have won that match. So that is pretty much how you want to handle Splashyard nonetheless. Into this next game against this guy who is playing Minor Control. Pretty interesting matchup right here, pretty important to know in the meta as well. Minor Poison, Minor Control in general is just so broken. Every single season it's a strong archetype, and it is pretty problematic actually, so you're going to have to know how to play against it if you want to succeed with Expo in this meta. And usually the sad part is that is a pretty good matchup for Minor against Expo. Does pop the LP ability to keep the Tesla at bay. Going to work out pretty well for the opponent here, as he is playing with the Evo Wall Breakers and Evo Skeles, so no Evo Bomber at least. Ice Spirit plus Log is going to be necessary to clean up these Evo Wall Breakers. Ice Spirit plus Log does full counter them, by the way guys, so useful interaction to know. Knight forced out in the LP because I think Tytoń did not want to take like 3 or so hits from that. However, these Evo Skeles is going to have to see either a Fireball or maybe even a Log. I don't think he's back to Log though. Okay, beautiful Ice Spirit. Plus the Evo Archers, that will clean everything up just nicely. And opponent's probably not going to poison these Archers because if he does, Tytoń can Expo and just win the game right away. So pretty smart with the opponent here. Just probably going to log the Archers off instead. Or even defensive wall breakers does work. Although one Archer is still living it big. Okay, Ice Spirit as well. So that's going to be pretty well defended. I think Tyton's going to go in now. Yep, because single elixir is a pretty important time against this matchup. You want to try and get a lock if you can. But unfortunately, he just has so many counters for the deck. Beautiful Knight catching that LP predictively. That was great. And as you can see, it's actually going to catch the Guardian as well. Beautiful Archers too, splitting everything up so that they don't really get attacked by the log, clipped by the same log. That is, I don't know why I said attacked by a log. That's not really a thing. But one Archer hit does come down in the left, so pretty nice. Wall Breaker almost explodes on Tesla, but last minute, God's Grace decides that Tytoń wants that Tesla to stay alive, and so it is going to stay alive, not take any wall breaker damage. But opponent just spamming these low bomb towers. We do see a defensive Expo anti-poison to our right side tower, as it is just going to be met with a poison. So Tytoń losing in both lanes right now, not the greatest situation, but I am pretty confident he can bring this one back because he does have the advantage of the opponent not having any mini tank in this deck. So Expo comes down on the left. I noticed a pretty common trend Tytoń does. Pretty much anytime he has like a huge influx of Evo Skeles on one side of the map, he usually does elect to go with an Expo opposite. Nice Ice Spirit to catch the Miner if he didn't get those wall breakers down. The opponent, that is. That would have been a mini Expo lock. And Tytoń is up like 1 elixir right now, but you can see just why this matchup is so frustrating, because they can just spam like low defensive cards and get away with it the whole game. That being said, the opponent again does not really have a mini tank. He does have the LP with the Guardian if you count that, as well as a Miner. But he doesn't have a Knight, which is like the biggest thing right now. And hopefully Tytoń doesn't have to respond to the Skeles in the right. Okay, thank God he doesn't, because that would have been pretty devastating. And LP was, I think, on the tower there, but is going to be all controlled. Low bomb tower. We have a double Knight situation on the board right now. Expo does come down to support this one left side Knight, but it's just going to get poisoned off. And again, it's such a weak card against the poison. Just Fireball to match. I do like that. And thankfully the Evo Wall Breakers will just soak up, or the Expo rather, will just soak up those Evo Wall Breakers, so no further response is required. But Tytoń is going to have to go in the right now, you guys will see, because pretty common trend against Minor Poison. You don't really want to go same lane as the opponent and give them poison value on your weak side tower and your Expo. So I think we're going to see some offensive Expos in the right lane very soon. Log to reset the LP charge up, going to help it pretty much get taken out. And I think we're going to start to see some Xbows in the right, as I said. Yup, right on cue, right there. Knight to predict the bomb tower. Going to have to see a log for those Evo Skeles. And then something for these wall breakers. Okay, Evo Archers and Ice Spirit will deal with that. Expo left is about to come down. You guys will see a very common trend as well, is dual lane pressure. Bomb tower comes down super late, but I think, oh, beautiful fireball as well, trying to get a lock. Expo on the left is not going to lock on. Expo on the right was temporarily locked on. Wall breakers are going to do a pretty good job at tanking. That's going to be a lot of damage in the right, but again, new Expo comes down on the right. Tytoń really has to make something happen here. Evo Skeles as well. Can he get a lock? He really does need one, to be honest. Ice Spirit, and he does still not get anything, but that right side Expo is showcasing quite a lot of promise right now. I think it's going to lock on. Yes, it does. Beautiful last-second lock, and that's going to be a good game. Never give up, guys, even though they can counter your stuff so easily. If you just pressure well and pressure optimally, you can break through and get a lock, even in annoying matchups like these. So beautiful stuff by Tytoń. Wonderful pressure. Even the opponent knows and gives a good game. That was just a really great sight to see. And that's going to be a win against a pretty common minor poison meta deck. Alright guys, Tytoń found a match against, I don't think this is Mugi. I was not paying attention to those badges, but I believe this is the same username as Mugi has anyway. Snowball comes down. Tytoń is at top 100 in the world right now, by the way. He was like ranked 99. So really, really impressive stuff by him. Gonna see split archers right now. And let's see what else Tytoń has up his sleeve. Snowball Knight, I want to say, is going to be Balloon Cycle. I think that would be the guess I would go for, as far as the deck the opponent is running right now goes. Could also be like a bunch of other things though, like maybe even Goblin Giant, because there are some versions that run like Snowball, Arrows, Lightning. But it's going to be LavaLoon as I suspected, so Tesla will come down for that balloon. Should be fully defended, as you can see. We'll also get the other tower to target. Yes, good snowball attempt by the opponent, but actually ended up being a really bad snowball because it didn't actually do anything. And nice Expo by Tytoń. Knight to break the bomb tower. That's going to be a good game right there. Beautiful Knight. I am surprised actually that the opponent tried to get away with that. I guess he thought Tytoń wouldn't be ready for it, but you guys know Tytoń. He's always ready for this kind of stuff. Ice Spirit, beautiful catch on that miner. Archers too, that is literally just going to be a good game. Snowball can come down late, all the opponent wants, still not going to be enough. Have to see a Barb Barrel as well to clean up this Expo. Otherwise, that is literally just going to be game over. Arrows, okay, so does not even have the Barb Barrel. This is not like an amazing matchup by any means, because the opponent does have the Evo Knight and the LP as well as the arrows for the archers, but Tytoń showcasing immaculate punish potential, again, in single elixir. Great Knight predicting the bomb tower. Pretty much knew the opponent had to do that. I guess the best play for the opponent would have been like low bomb tower, but he was so low in elixir anyway, that play would not have necessarily worked out. This play, LavaLoon does counter the Expo very nicely, actually, as you can see. But nonetheless, it did not really work out that time. And this might be a good game if these Skeles connect to tower. They don't, but it pretty much is a good game anyway. I mean, that's literally, if I'm not mistaken, 2 fireballs, 2 logs range. I don't know the exact values, like, it's been a while, like 301, I want to say, or 302 for the fireball, and then like 85 for the log. I don't know. Anyways, though, this is definitely going to be like 2 fireballs and 2 logs, or worst case, like 2 fireballs and 3 logs. So all Tytoń really has to do is buckle down on defense now. As you can see, the archers will get a lot of value as well. Snowball arrows forced out, -2 for the opponent here, and the Tesla will pull the balloon. Second Tesla might be in effect soon. Not actually necessary. LP ability does come down, and this is like... this is okay, actually. Yeah, pretty well defended by Tytoń, all things considered. That's just going to be 2 fireballs now. Doesn't even need a log. In the left, just fireball number 1, boom, and then fireball. Yeah, I think that's 302. Okay, so that's the damage, because 583 to 281. So 302 damage, guys. Log should take these Evo Scalers out before they can form any kind of threat, and second fireball should be back in business fairly soon. Oh, I lagged a bit just now, but yeah, that's going to be a good game right there. Beautiful win by Tytoń. Again, just perfect single elixir punish, and that set the pace for the rest of the match, and opponent was just climbing an uphill battle that he could not win. Alright guys, fun a game against this Russian player. Any Russians in my comments, if you guys know what that name means, because I personally absolutely do not. Tytoń is now in the top 90. The ranks are not going that well. I mean, he just won a game and went from 99 to 89, I think, so not like a huge spike in ranking, but that is what it's like at the top, I suppose. Barbs minions, I am tempted to say this might be Lava Hound. Could also, in some cruel world, be Giant Graveyard with Barbs. But yeah, looking more and more like Lava Hound. We do see the split archers. If the opponent is smart here, he might lava in front of the Inferno Dragon to protect it from that archer, and then the other archer will be absolutely useless against the Lava Hound, but Okay, instead he just goes for the safe play, and nice protection of the archer by Tytoń as well. Skeles, Ice Spirit, and he actually is going to go offensive Xbow now. That should lock on the tower. Tesla does come down. I don't personally know how I feel about this though, because honestly, that was a mini Xbow luck. That was a baby Xbow connection. That was not a huge thing. Although Barbs are okay, never mind that. I think that wasn't the best situation, but Tytoń, obviously being the player that he is, made the most out of it by forcing the Evo Barbs, knowing the opponent did not have anything great in cycle. He didn't have Bomber, nor did he have minions, and those would have been the best responses. If he went like for a Snowball or like a spell, the Knight still would have gotten a lot of damage on the tower. So basically, Barbs were forced there. And Tytoń is going to make the most of that surviving Tesla. Although again, I do still think that was a little bit too aggressive with that early Tesla and like overall plays, but that still worked out pretty well. Can't complain too much. Evo archers come down, and they do just get snowball arrows off ASAP. We might see a nice little trick here by Tytoń. Yup, Skeles to kite this eye drag over, and then Tesla, exactly what I was anticipating. This is a fun little fundamental that you have against LavaHound, which is attacking the support troops before the LavaHound, and so that's what you will try and do with your Teslas. You'll notice Tytoń did that just now by cutting the Inferno Dragon over, and then making sure the Tesla could take it out, because otherwise the lava would just be tanking forever, and iDrag would take out the Tesla, just get infinite value. So if they have like a balloon, if they have Skelly Drags behind, anything really, that's what you want to do. Pre-log comes down predicting a bomber, I want to say. I don't even know. That didn't even hit the tower, nor the Barbs. He actually hit absolutely nothing with that log. Very rare Tytoń misplay there. Honestly, like, he doesn't make too many misplays ever. That might be one of the first few ones I've seen, micro-wise. But good Expo coming down. Going to force out a balloon. Good fireball as well. Perfect timing. We are back on the good microwave. That's going to be a huge connection, but can Tytoń survive this incoming counter push? Tesla, Skelly. He's going to need to see another fireball maybe. No, Evo Archers instead. Log as well. But is he fine? Is he alive right now? Knight? Yeah, I don't know, guys. He needs to Tesla for this balloon. I think he is back to one, right? So Tesla does come down. Ice Spirit should be needed too. Yup, and then maybe a fireball on everything once that LavaHound pops, but I don't know, man. It's looking kind of rough. Skellies do kite the minions over. Beautiful. Now we'll see a fireball on absolutely everything. Maybe a Knight for the bomber. Yes, it does come down just in the nick of time and a log. Oh my god. Tytoń playing with fire right there, dude. That literally looked like he might have lost the game. Somehow holding on by the skin of his teeth and is back to a Tesla. Now he won. He definitely just survived and won. Now he can like Ice Spirit. Archers opposite even, and then Expo with these archers I think would be a nice little counter push idea, especially because the opponent is now on the back end without a balloon to support. No, he's not going to. He might just go for the double fireball route instead. Yes, fireball number one. Log 3 cards off from his fireball now. Opponent's definitely going to loon the bridge. 1, 2, one more log on defense, and then, oh no, a Tesla on defense, and now just fireball tower, and that's a good game. Honestly, Tytoń made it a bit too close for comfort, but he does come out on top as always. Beautiful win against LavaHound, playing opposite lane, which is not something that you see very often, but great win. Alright guys, Tytoń against Kotori. Oh, this is Nate. He is a pretty good friend of mine. I've known him for years actually, and he's a fellow content creator, guys. Baby Nate CR, or just I think he renamed it to Nate CR now, but he's a minor control player, one of the best in the world actually, like I think top 5. I think minor control, Mo is probably first, Pedro up there as well. Those like are the names that come to mind when you think of minor control, like best in the absolute best of the world. But Nate is also definitely up there, and playing with a Mother Witch is very interesting right now. I know some people love putting Mother Witch in every deck, but this seems like a specific tech for the meta. I think because Giant Graveyard is so broken right now and it's everywhere, so I think that's why Nate is playing with the Mother Witch right here. Honestly, not looking like an amazing matchup because Nate does have the Evo Wallies. I like calling them Evo Wallies, by the way. It's just fun. But they are really good against Expo. They pretty much single-handedly take out like 75% of an Expo, by the way. Also has the Evo Knight, which is amazing against Expo. Don't need to repeat myself there. You guys, if you play Expo, you will know the struggle. If the opponent plays an Evo Knight into your Expo, you can basically consider it dead. The Expo, that is, not the Knight, because it's going to tank for 10 million years. And then I think Nate's last card should definitely be Poison. I mean, it is called Minor Poison for a reason, but the one saving grace right now, I suppose, is the fact that Nate does have guards and Mother Witch. So Mother Witch looks like it replaced a little Prince. That's huge because, as I said in the other game against that guy who was playing Minor Control earlier, the LP is a great counter against Expo, but now Nate doesn't really have that anymore. Also, the fact that he has guards means he kind of has a slower cycle. He doesn't actually have the log, I believe. Great support of this Xbow by Tytoń. That is going to not be a lock. I was hoping it would be, but it's actually not. Nice defense by Nate. But Tytoń is up Elixir. Might try and cash in on this and go in again, potentially. Never mind, just resets with a Knight at the back. Don't think he had Xbow back in cycle. But he might go in now. Okay, just split Archers and then probably Skeles for this miner. Actually, we don't see one. I think because he might have been scared of a Mother Witch, potentially. Pretty interesting Mother Witch by Nate. Gonna see an Xbow left right now. And Evo Knight, again, is going to pretty much render that Xbow dead. Evo Knight plus Poison Miner on the Xbow. That is definitely a dead Xbow, 100%. Skeles come down, but they will just die to the Poison. Does somehow, some way, Tytoń gets a baby Xbow lock, like 150 damage there. But that was, honestly, like, basically a dead Xbow. Evo Knight again, rendering it essentially useless. Tytoń is doing okay. Honestly, Nate is playing Cannoneer, one of the most broken cards in the game right now, the new Tower Troop. But the benefit is against Xbow, it actually usually does more harm than good, because it obviously is useless against the Xbow itself, which is attacking from our side of the map. And then it also does spawn them with less HP, which is pretty helpful. Nice Evo Skeles Xbow idea by Tytoń. Look at this dual lane pressure, guys, because Cannoneer actually does not have a very fast firing rate. So Evo Skeles at the bridge is actually a game-winning play if they ignore it. Like, it can literally just win you the whole game. So log on the wall breakers, very nice stuff. Tytoń hopefully getting a lock right now. Okay, Bomb Tower does take the Xbow out, but new Xbow is back in business. I think Nate does have an Evo Knight now, if not mistaken. I could be wrong. Okay, yeah, I was not wrong. So that will basically kill the Xbow. But Tyton's still going to keep the pressure up. Log needed for these wall breakers. Look at that. They blow up like half the Xbow. But that is still pretty much a dead Knight now. Nice control of it. And then Xbow right is about to come down in a second, I want to say. Never mind. Has to deal with that Mother Witch instead, unfortunately. So going to be a nice play by Nate there, keeping himself alive. Into triple now, so Tyton's going to try and do some magic like he did last game, I think, where he does that sort of dual lane pressure where you go back and forth with the Xbows. That is really a fun idea in these Miner Poison matchups. Nate, again, lacking the log might help him quite a bit, Tytoń that is, because he can't really finish off these 1 HP Xbows with a log and also get tower damage. Tytoń can technically outspell cycle Nate here if he catches every single miner, because Poison or Fireball Log does do more damage than a Poison, and also Nate doesn't have the LP, so he can't abuse a 3-card cycle. That's another thing I wanted to say that I forgot to, but the fact that Nate does not have the Little Prince is nice. Good Ice Spirit Knight to pick up that miner in the left, and good Fireball cycle. You can see Tytoń is just pressuring in the right to force responses out, but his real ultimate goal is to just Fireball cycle in the left. Ice Spirit Knight should come down for this miner again. Yup, beautiful catch. This is pretty much what you have to do, guys. Ice Spirit Knight rather for every single miner. Log on defense too. Ice Spirit again for that miner, and that's going to be caught essentially, and that's going to be a good game, as he even gets a final lock in the right. So very well played against one of the most well-known miner control players in the world, Nate here. Very nice stuff by Tytoń. Obviously, I'm good friends with both, but I'm cheering for Tytoń here. So that was a very nice win and beautiful stuff. Alright guys, Tytoń into our match against Bankai now. Bankai is playing wall breakers, Evo Wallies. I believe this guy's a pretty good player. I think his name is Kyoka Suigetsu on Twitter. I actually think I've played against him in one of my videos like 3 years ago or something. But I did follow him recently because he's a very good ladder player. But I think he's known for like Miner Poison or Miner Control usually. I know he was playing a lot of Mortar Miner Poison before, so this could be... Well, this is Drill Wall Breakers, makes sense, I guess. Pretty common. And Evo Bats. Okay, so the Wall Breakers and the Bats are going to be the evolutions of choice here. Pretty interesting stuff there. And Knight will be counter-pushing in the left. Good Wall Breakers by the opponent here to kite the Knight backwards, and that will force a log on Tyton's end. He might Expo with these Archers. I feel like it might be an okay play. No, he won't. But this should be a pretty easy matchup, actually. There's like a drill deck going around that's like Bomb Tower Delivery, and that's actually a pretty good matchup for Expo, because honestly Delivery is like useless against Expo. I'm sure you guys all know that. And also, they just don't really have the best of resources against Expos. I don't think they run a big tank. So I think two of his last 3 cards should be Bomb Tower Poison, and the last card might actually just be a Delivery. So if it's like Bomb Tower Poison Delivery, that'll honestly be pretty bad against Expo. Tytoń might go in the left here. No, just goes for the split Evo Archers. I can respect it, just playing safe and passively. So again, he does know when to go in. He does pick his spots well. I don't know why the opponent's leaking here. I feel like that's a pretty... Yeah, that is pretty weird. And goes for these wall breakers as well. Log, Ice Spirit will kill them. And now I think the opponent's dead. How does he stop this Expo that's about to come down? Tytoń could just... Yeah, Expo right. How does the opponent stop this, realistically? Delivery is going to kill the Archer, unfortunately, but Evo Skeles doing their thing, and they should get on the Bomb Tower. No, they don't. Wow, okay. But last second archers will kill this, force out a low LP, and that will still kill the LP and get on the tower. Wall breakers are forced out, but Tytoń is just slowly compounding a nice little elixir advantage. Baby Expo lock in the right. Honestly, pretty well controlled by the opponent there, because that looked like it was game over. Delivery got a lot of value there against the evil archer, I guess, but what I meant is that like it usually doesn't get any value against, say, the Expo pushes themselves. It's more like the support troops, of course. Nice log, and Skeles will kite these bats over into the Tesla. Hopefully, Evo bats are pretty annoying for Expo to deal with, but Tesla does a pretty good job. Your only real counters are like Fireball and I guess Tesla. Ooh, late bomb tower does come down. Opponent tried to get it as last minute as possible, but kind of failed in that endeavor. And that is going to be a good game, because now, again, he does not have the log, so he has no direct damage to take out this Expo. That's just going to be devastating damage. And even if he did get the bomb tower down in time, I really think it was only a matter of time before Tytoń did get a lock of that magnitude, because again, this deck is really a pretty good matchup for Expo. Like, I would be really happy, even against like, one of the best players in the world. I feel like it wouldn't be too bad to win against with 3.0. I feel like this is one of the few really good matchups for our deck. And bomb tower does come down late once more. That's going to be a good game. Tytoń's going to take it. Very easy win. Pretty easy matchup, but still very well played by Tytoń nonetheless. Alright guys, getting to our next match against Romain. This is very nice because this is going to be Tytoń's game for 3.5k, which is a huge milestone. Of course, I'd love to see it. And so, Fisherman Giant Skeleton, pretty interesting. I've not seen this combination of cards in a while. I believe Romain is usually a Pigs EQ player, if I'm not mistaken. So, Fireball and the Mother Witch as well. Mother Witch LP. This looks like it might be like Royal Hogs, I want to say. I know there's like a Royal Hogs deck. Nice log to kill the Giant Skelly and reset the LP as well. I know there's like a Royal Hogs deck going around with like Giant Skeleton. That's what this reminds me of. Ability does come down. I don't unfortunately have that glitch, guys. You can see. I don't know what card it is. I think it's maybe the Expo, or maybe either the Expo or Tesla. It has to be one of the two anyways. But in that bottom corner, you'll notice in like pretty much all my special guest videos, I never have that glitch, because if I have it, I tab out and re-record, so I don't have the glitch, because I feel like it's just kind of aesthetically displeasing. But this time, like it's already a bit too late for that, so I'm just going to be running with it. And it is going to be the Tesla that's glitched. But anyways, Expo does come down. Beautiful punish by Tytoń. As you can see, when they go Giant Skeleton in the back, the Expo is going to be able to come down and take out or not take out anything out, my bad. But it's going to be able to basically lock onto tower if the opponent doesn't play something in time. Because they can't get an RG down in time is what I was trying to say. Is he back to Expo? If he's back to Expo, he wins right now, honestly. I don't think he is, unfortunately. Knight in front. That's really good still. No Giant Skelly. Now he can Expo and win, though. Hold up. Oh, my God. Tytoń doing an immaculate single elixir punish right there. That's going to be a good game, guys. Wow, against Giant Skeleton, RG, Evo Bomber, LP. Not even a great matchup with the arrows as well. Just immaculate control and punish game by Tytoń again. These are like, this is what he does, even against sort of tough matchups, like in single. He just destroys them. But yeah, what I was saying, you guys know the 4 elixir rule against Golem, where they go for a Baby Dragon in the back. You Expo opposite, they don't have enough elixir to go Golem in time. You don't regenerate that 4 elixir, or that 2 elixir to get 8. Same rule applies for this matchup. Giant Skeleton, Royal Giant used to be very popular. This was actually a strategy that I used to employ in this matchup. Beautiful by Tytoń. Look at this control, guys. Kiting Giant Skeleton over to the other lane, so it does not tank for the RG. I absolutely love that play. Look at that creativity as well. Utilizing the fact that Tytoń had the tower down. That's just so impressive, and Evo Skelly is forcing out the rage as well on the opponent's side of the map. Imagine having to rage your own side of the arena. Oh my goodness, and that's just going to be a good game. Beautiful control by Tytoń. Absolutely love to see it. He is so good, and that, like Tesla high, that's just disrespectful, man. But beautiful, beautiful stuff. Great single elixir control. And remember that rule, Giant Skeleton comes down, they can't get an RG down in time if you Expo opposite. So great win. And that's going to put Tytoń at 3,500, ranked 57 in the world. That's what I'm going to call the video, guys. Beautiful stuff again. Absolutely love getting this guy on the channel. I think there's so much to learn from anything that he's playing, like, at any point with 3.0. He's just so innovative, keeping the deck alive right now. That's about it for the video. He's one of the GOATs of all time. So, GOAT means greatest of all time. So, he's one of the GOATs, though. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.